My boss relished luring me into donning form-fitting pencil skirts to pour drinks for seedy clients, all while hovering close to them. Free afterward, she'd slyly imply that I was unattached and fair game, eagerly awaiting the clients to make an advance on me. All this she claimed was to gauge the client's integrity and determine if they were worthy business associates. The instant a client took the bait, she'd storm over, feigning righteous indignation and hurl wine in their faces. Then, she'd berate me, her voice dripping with false distress. Are you so desperate for cash that you'd toss your dignity aside for a better outcome? She'd trample on my self-respect to craft an image of herself as an elegant, high-class lady. This time around, she'd even procured a gown with an absurdly low neckline and was shoving me towards a client with significant wealth and influence. She threatened me, saying that if I refused, she'd dock my full attendance bonus for 3 entire months. But when I laid eyes on the familiar stoic man seated in the place of honor, it was my turn to smirk. If my brother caught sight of me serving drinks in this risque dress, I had no doubt that by tomorrow the company would be mine. Joy Clark stood in the restroom, holding a flimsy, deep V-neck gown in her hands, her eyes fixed on me with a look of disappointment. Ninian, we need Mr. Xander to help us meet our KPI for next year. Don't mess things up today, she snapped. As she spoke, she roughly tugged off my blazer and thrust that gaudy gown into my arms. When it comes to business deals, you need to be more alluring. Looking so plain won't get the client interested. We won't get anywhere like that. The gown was as sheer as a cobweb, and I could tell it was far from appropriate. Joy was fully covered, exuding professionalism, while she was trying to turn me into a club-hopping floozy. Miss Clark, the neckline's too low, and the hem's too short. I'll be exposing myself when I sit, I said icily. Joy just scoffed dismissively and prodded. Don't be a chicken. I'm right here, aren't I? We're just testing the clients. If Mr. Xander's a gentleman, he won't ogle. But if he's elect, I'll be right there to protect you. It's Ernst. She only ever intervened when the clients were on the verge of touching my thigh. And every time she'd drop hints to the clients that I was an easygoing woman, enticing them to make a pass at me. So I wasn't stupid. I'd already been groped twice. How could I not have wised up by now? But this time, the client was my own flesh and blood brother. Fine, I'll wear it, I said, taking the gown with a smile. Perhaps thinking I'd finally fallen for her ruse, Joy nodded in satisfaction and then pushed me into a cubicle. Through the door, I could hear her sending voice messages, her voice barely above a whisper. Don't worry, I'll have Ninian toast Mr. Xander soon. No man can resist. The moment he makes a move on Ninian, I'll have an excuse to lower his offer and boost the company's reputation. I snorted to myself. So I'd moved out to gain some real-world experience, not wanting to rely on my family. I wanted to try living independently, renting a place. No one had ever taught me how to handle corporate clients before. I was afraid of people making things tough for me, so I put up with all of Joy's nonsense. But today, that is coming. I took out my phone and shot a text to the first contact on my list. Dis varfrin, hangs a textling faus in the wherein. As a mate tactics reading what pep will read my guardian saying, Holos Lakan, I did not spare the hand grasmang of Lithorin. Tinta was the day. I was actually snaker pine zapping. What is here? And Pitas came the dan. I doesn't was hen. The negotiation was taking place at the swankiest club in the city center. Danisers and then Torbeams. When I stepped into the banquet hall, I spotted a man with a frosty demeanor sitting in the place of honor. It was Henry Xander, my brother, who'd left the family to build his own empire. The moment we entered, Joy shoved me towards Henry. Mr. Xander, this is Ninian from my department. She's single and admires business icons like you. She'll be at your service tonight. Just let her know what you need. So, what will Henry's reaction be when he sees his sister in that revealing dress? And how will Ninian turn the tables on Joy? Read on to find out.